I'm gonna, because this was my biggest problem, was syncing the audio and the video. So I have to do like the take 2. You know what I mean? So all right, you guys ready?
Yeah. What?
This is the episode 2 Race Ready podcast, RRP. What's been happening the last few weeks?
There's been some racing.
Lots. Oh, this is Michael Cheek, by the way. Michael Cheek is appearing with us today.
Buenos dias.
We are brought to you by Zionis's masterful EK Civic sedan.
This is the essence of motorsport right here. And grassroots motorsport, so it is the perfect setting for
Truly
this episode, which we have no topic for.
We don't have any topic. Why do we ever need a topic? We never need a topic.
We never need a topic, and that's exactly why I wanted to mention that. And I actually wanted to ask you a question.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell have you been up to the last couple
What the fuck
weeks?
have I been up to? We've been up to. We did, when was the last time we filmed? We filmed before Shanaville. And
Shanaville?
We filmed after DDT.
Okay.
And before Shanaville.
Time flies.
That was the last time, yeah. And, so what did we do? We did, I did Shanaville. I camped there the night before with my boy Andy.
Mm-hmm.
Andrew came out. Corey came out. It was a lot of fun.
I went out drifting with Austin.
Oh, that's right. You were there. Yeah.
For the first time. I got to actually sit in a proper built drift car.
Proper drift car.
Then you went out the night, the day after, and went
did lapping. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. First time at Shanaville.
How was that?
Wow, great track. It just flows so well. Like, you guys got to go as soon as possible.
What track did you do? What layout?
It was long or full, whatever they call it. Lots of fun.
With the carousel. Okay.
So much fun. It's like not like Nürburgring carousel, but it has like, like a carousel.
Well, describe the carousel, like the Shanaville carousel. Like, how would you describe it? Like speed. Like, I can describe it if you want me to.
How I envision it is it just flows, just like butter. Especially if you incorporate the carousel, just flowy. Those 4 or 5 corners entirely, it just flows. You just lift a little bit, tap a little bit of brake, keep going, flow. But the track's just bumpy.
It's like
it's just bumpy. That's it. Yeah, definitely use a repave.
Backwards N, and you're coming. Oh, really? So you're coming into it in like almost a straight line.
Yeah.
And then as you get to the braking point, you have a couple of options. Like, you can finish all your braking up at the top and then carry all the speed through the carousel. Mm-hmm. And like, there's a good amount of compression there because it's like it's on camber, right?
It is on camber, yeah.
And then on top of that, you can make the other decision to carry your braking, trail your braking all the way into the carousel and then accelerating out. So like, you can make that decision based on, a couple of different things, set up in car and so on. But
I'd love to go back there and run pro circuit though. After the corner one, the left with the bank, it's like a fucking NASCAR style bank. Yeah. Like, that shit is heavy on camber.
Yeah, and it's a really wide exit, so like but it's deceiving at first. When you turn in, it's kind of narrow. So I remember going there a couple times and making that left. You don't feel like you can safely just turn in at first, but after a few tries, you realize you can carry a lot of speed.
So which layout was it when you did OTA, Shay?
That was pro.
Pro? Okay.
Yeah, and the thing with that corner as well on pro is it's bumpy. It's not Shanaville's old.
Yeah.
And it's
when was this? When did it start? I think 80s. Is it 90s maybe?
Yeah, Shanaville's it really does show its age.
Birthplace of motorsports.
Right?
It's not for somebody that's trying to conserve tire or anything like that, but it's an awesome track. Mm-hmm. It's an awesome track. Every time I go to Shanaville, I have a good time.
It's a good track. And then after Shanaville, a week later, we did Grand Bend. About 6 days after Shanaville. So it's Sunday. 6 days Saturday, did the Grand Bend with you boys. Lots of fun. Had a lot of rain. A lot of really cool driving. First rain event I've ever really been involved in.
Yeah, I was impressed with your rain skill. I think he's
both of y'all rain skill.
It was fun.
Damn.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Learning the wet line and learning to control the car under very wet and very cool conditions. It was a lot of fun. But when it did dry up, we set some good times. So good that we ended up coming podium in open lapping, which was pretty crazy.
Yeah, so what we did was we did not read the flyer.
No, not at all.
At all. So, like, just in big, broad letters, like it said, open lapping with transponder timing, which we found odd right off of the bat. We're like, transponder timing for open lapping? Okay, but cool. We thought the price was right, and we just went open lapping.
Exactly.
And we both both set our best times, like, just chasing and playing with each other, you know?
We
like,
did, yeah.
Like, pause. But at the end of the day, it was pretty fun. And, yeah, like, Sam got his first win.
First like hardware from lapping, I guess, lapping and like any sort of motorsport, really. Otherwise, it's just been like karting, medals here and there, you know, from Arrive and Drive programs. But yeah, first cool. Real trophy.
That's cool.
I Shay disagrees, but I feel like I didn't earn it entirely because it was just open lapping and we were just having fun and it was a great time.
I think it was the most pure form of winning a competition. Like,
right.
Just actually going out and doing what we do, you know?
Yeah.
And that's why I say that this guy deserves it, because like he doesn't really see sometimes. I think all of us don't see, you know, how much work we put into this, and you know how much mental, like, you know, planning and everything that we go through.
Yeah.
And you know, like, it was just really nice, like, especially after all the hardships that both of us might have been through, like, not even just especially like through that week, but like
especially
just over time, like, you know, it was a nice little like thank you. Like, it was nice. Like it was really nice, man. It really made me feel good. And now I look down at any peasant that does not have a trophy. I'm joking.
Alright, I'm just gonna sit in the back.
I'm joking.
Just cry.
Wow. I'm joking, but it's like yeah, you have to step and talk to me with a certain type. No, for real. No, it's just amazing. It's just like, honestly, it was a really good weekend.
It was a lot of fun. Shout out to CSCS.
I got no sleep. I'm probably still lacking sleep from that.
Still.
That was like,
how much sleep did you get that night?
Bruh, 45 minutes.
45 fucking minutes.
I was like, wow. I was so tired. And shout out my technician, Zionius the Third. His name is Zion Brown. Here. I just made up that name just now because
Zionius the Third.
He needs the most royal name.
100%.
Oh man, this guy like works hard, man, and he's just down. He's down. He's just down. He's just down. And
absolute
it's just
legend.
Insane. Like, he's just so about this, just the same way. Like, man, I wish I could work on my car the way that Zion works on my car. Like, because honestly, if I was gonna do the exact same amount of work that he's done on my car, I would probably still be doing the brake pads right now.
Right? Still be working on it.
And without question, he's just ready to. He's always ready to have a conversation right away and do something, you know, like, cool.
Yeah, he's always down.
He's down to experiment at any given time. But yeah, it was a wild couple of weeks.
That was fun. Last couple of weeks have been a lot of fun. And then we're here today. What a wild day today was.
That was wild.
Today's Halloween, October 31st.
Uh-huh.
The day of. Spooky days.
The eve of. Halloween.
And yeah, that was
today was fun.
Yeah,
today we did TMP.
TMP was just crazy.
Like
the cold weather.
Basically a private event.
It was amazing.
Basically a private event. There was like 5 people on track total.
It was supposed to be this like meet kind of thing, and that fell apart for sure.
Me kind of thing.
Yeah, they were looking to have like a kind of like a final meet, but it wasn't really like marketed or anything. It was just kind of hush hush.
Yeah,
which was weird. But anyway,
yeah,
it looks like it was just like a last ditch effort to get some people onto the track. But it ended up being perfect. The weather was like cold. Honestly, it was like it was freezing. You didn't want to stand outside your car, but. I don't
think we got over 5 degrees today.
Get on the track, and as soon as your tires get to temp,
which was so good, so grippy. It reminded me. I wasn't even on track today, but I can tell the vibes were just like Grand Bend, where it was cold as hell. But as soon as you got grip in the tire, you're flying.
It was just insane, and you know, it was just insane. Like, you just got to turn your car in. I felt like I was like Master Zion, like
Master Zion himself.
Zion throws this car in. Like, this car, I'm 98% sure that it's actually a GT3 RS with a Civic body on top of
Basically.
it. The way this thing is thrown into corners. But yeah, like, you just have tons and tons and tons and tons of grip. And the engine is just, like, loving it. It's just nice, cold air, crisp. Oh.
So good.
So yeah, I set my personal best. Yes. I'm going to give myself a hand. But yeah.
Round of applause for
What time
in
did-
the grade.
What time did we land today?
I did 22.7, a 1 minute 22.7 point. Well, sorry.
122.799.
Yeah, sorry. I am tired. My body hurts.
Very tired.
But it was just crazy. Like, I actually beat my time. My personal best before that was 123.4, and I've been in the 23s for a couple years, and it's been just kind of like I've accepted the fact that my car's a 23 car, you know?
Yeah.
So today, when I saw that I broke my personal best and hitting at 23.1, I could have stopped there, but I said no. Like, there has to be a little more, because that 23.1 was very easy. It was very easy. And I made a mistake, and I said no, I'm gonna go hard. And I just felt like I put down a really good lap, like a really, really good lap. Everything just felt like it went together. And working with this new brake kit, and no ABS, but like, it just felt like everything was like working well, and it worked.
That's awesome.
I'm so happy about it. Yeah.
And which brake kit did you go with?
Yeah, what's the new brake kit?
Yeah, it's a 6-piston Willwood brake kit.
Nice.
That is a smaller caliper than my Brembo.
Brembo was a 4-pot.
From the TLS.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I have a much larger rotor. And the cool thing about everything is, like, I was on a sport or a street pad. I was just on the Willwood BP10s. And there's just immense braking force. It's just beautiful. I've never experienced something so consistent, and I'm very happy with this purchase. Very happy.
Sound investment. Yeah.
Very happy.
Good braking.
That's awesome. Yeah, your old calipers are just right out the door. They're about to walk out on you. Like, just the threading issues you had, and the knuckles, and all that kind of stuff. We ended up getting sorted out, which is awesome.
Yeah, and you know, like, I always want to, like, put that warning out to, like, people. Like, man, first of all, let me say that I loved my TL Type S brakes. I thought they were amazing for what they were. The price, I thought they were great, but, like, honestly, for a couple $100 more, I could have gotten a big brake kit a long time ago and been maybe better off. But sometimes, like, going the route that is, I thought it wasn't the cheap route. I thought that was the, like, good way to go at the time. But just doing a little more research, like, would have led me to understanding, you know, like, a street caliper, even though it's bigger, and, you know, maybe even a bigger rotor or whatever it is, it's not necessarily made for what we do.
Yeah.
You know, lapping week after week, and, you know, everything of the sort. But
Right.
But here's the thing too, you were daily driving your car all the time through the winter.
correct.
Right.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. Like, it's like these are things where I have to, like, I can't say I regretted that situation, because exactly like you said, Mike, I was daily in the car, and I still am. But man, if it was just to look at it from a performance standpoint, like, this is the way to go. Big brake kit is definitely something completely different. It's insane.
Fantastic.
But yeah,
I think you really have to get to the limit of, like, stock brakes, and then
Before you make the jump to a
Yeah.
bigger caliper.
And each time you go up in size, you get used to it again. The next level of braking. If you just throw on a big brake kit from the start, you'll never really know the potential of how much braking force it is used.
It's amazing how much you can get out of just a pad alone.
yeah, a pad alone and a good rotor, I'll say too. That can completely change not only, like, your lap time, but your driving style and everything. You know, like, everything can change completely, and I felt that, you know, like, I felt like I was able to what's the word? Moderate the braking. Modulate. That's the word.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mike. You have a vocabulary. But it was just insane. I was able to do consistent modulation, like right to the apex. It felt so precise every single lap, after lap, after lap, after lap, and it was just amazing to experience that in my car.
It was awesome.
But yeah, I think that was the big difference today. Obviously, that's been the biggest change.
Brakes really helped.
Yeah.
I think because we did the GPS today, and all your other laps have basically been recorded without a GPS, just your phone.
No. Aim solo.
Yeah.
Even the aim. I had a feeling on the way here. I was thinking about it. I was like, yo, this guy's probably been in the 22s the whole time, but he's never had accurate data.
No, man.
You've had the aim at the past
Aim solo,
3 events.
and all the events
That's
are
true.
all the events are going to be using the
Transponders. Well, those are hot days. Those are hot days.
Yeah, so
like
like
the last CSCS event, the actual competition event, that shit was
everything.
toasty.
Everything was hot. Yeah. So, but like, I don't even look at those days as like hot. Like, you know, I just feel like I just have a lot more confidence in the car. Like, you know, and like the aero, it took me a while to get used to being able to throw the car in with a little more speed.
Right.
Car is stable, but like sometimes you're like, okay, like I'm just gonna go incrementally, and I think I did that over the last couple of months. But the last couple track days at Cayuga, I didn't time myself at all, and I think that really helped because I was just focusing on getting the car through the corners smooth and finding the right line. That's all I did. And I was taking people out for laps and everything, and I wasn't really focusing on time.
Gotcha.
So like I remember saying, like, through one, like I learned a total different line so fast, so much faster than what I was doing before.
That's awesome.
Right? And like little things, you know, I can't say like I completely changed, you know, what I do, but like little tiny things, like getting on the power, you know, a millisecond faster, or, you know, just turning in a touch earlier. Little things is what gave me that lap time today, and that was pretty cool.
That's awesome.
I think you're right about the not timing thing, because like even today, I didn't time myself at all. I was just out there driving.
Yeah.
And I probably drove the best line I've ever driven with the BRZ out there.
Yep.
Really? And you're even on the shit ass tires, the shit ass premises.
Because I wasn't so much focusing on setting a time and like watching that clock, being like,
Right.
oh, I'm too slow right now, I need to pick it up. Like, I was able to just like slowly go through everything, each section, and be like, all right, this is what I want to do. Practice more on the modulating the brake with the gas, and
you're having a lot of fun too. And
Yeah,
that's
way
what I
more
think.
fun
Like at Grand Bend, for example, we were just having a ton of fun, and that's when you went to fastest.
Wicked fun.
Yeah. So that's very cool. That's a lot of fun there.
You know, like
just enjoying
I do like chasing too, and I feel like I had some good chases.
That to me is
today.
fun.
Yeah,
like that to me is
100%.
fun. That's what I was doing with
I
you.
had some really good chases. You know, like I don't like to pick on like nobody likes to pick on a slow guy, but like I like when I get a fast car, you know, that like has a good driver in there, you know, and like I can really chase him down. That's when I really like have a good time.
That white FK8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
man.
saw you trying to chase that
Just
guy.
reeling that in. I was just reeling that car in, and I was just like, you know, lap after lap, I'm sitting there with Brendan, just like literally like screaming for this thing to come closer, because that pushes me, you know. You always like to have that little carrot in front of you sometimes, you know.
That's a good point.
The chase, but
makes you go faster.
Yeah. I for the first time I actually had somebody behind me, lap after lap, at a BMW 235i, like stage 2 full bolt on.
The black one.
Yeah. And that felt good. Like, I'm looking in my mirror and I'm seeing this thing sideways, and I'm like, yep, okay, I have traction. I'm going, right? Like that was a pretty cool feeling too. So, yeah,
that's pretty cool. That's
was
awesome.
that today?
That was today.
That guy was trying to steal my line.
That guy. He was also at Grand Bend too.
Yeah.
That guy. I recognized the car. It's pretty cool. Saw a lot of people at Grand Bend today, or that we saw at Grand
Bend. Yeah,
we
that
saw the
came
same
down
guys
today,
that came out. It was very cool. Design. I like your Spider-Man tack. You got the red Speedo with the blue tack.
Civic.
Love that.
Civic tack.
Spider-Man spec. Blue and red.
This is an EL, by the way. What year is this car?
2000.
2000.
Fucking
It's a good year.
legendary vehicle. So it was a good year. Y2K, it's done.
Yeah, Zion really gets the idea of like how to drive this car. That's,
Truly.
and that's what's like scary. It's so scary, not being in control of it. But this guy like completely understands. Like I've seen people drive cars like this at the track, but like this guy's driving this car so hard.
So hard.
Throw the Jazzy.
Every other gear, you have to double clutch because the tranny's starting to go. The synchros are starting to go rather.
They've been going.
They've been going
for the past 10 years. The guy that had the transmission before was using it in a circle track car.
No way.
Guaranteed.
This thing's fucking
This
taking
car
a beating.
has a like racing pedigree.
It has a soul, like a racing soul behind it. You know what I mean? Like it's just so good. It's just such a good car. I've never. I told these guys like 8 times today. I've never had more fun in the passenger seat of any car I've ever been in than this car.
Yeah.
Like it's so much fun just to tag along. It's so much fun. It's an awesome car, and all it has is light suspension mods and a fucking awesome tire. One of the best tires you can buy on the market right now.
It's true, man.
Yeah, the RE71R.
Oh.
Forbidden fruit.
I thought you were gonna say
What?
It's okay.
PS4S.
Firehawks.
Yeah. Do not disrespect Zion like that.
I know.
Oh boy. The Dunlop Direza, the RE11.
Okay, guys. Like, how do you feel about tires? Like, do you feel like a 200 treadwear tire should be like the standard?
It is a standard
Like,
already.
It is, yeah.
I feel like there's a slight rise in like 300 treadwear, 340.
Nah.
Like that's what we were seeing with the Firehawks. Like I feel like people like that kind of tire. Like like the.
It's a nice street tire because they last a long time.
Yeah,
They
the Pilot Super Sport. You know what I mean?
Pilot
Like,
Super Sport.
Much more.
It's for the guys that go to the track maybe once or twice a year. But what's so crazy is when I priced out the Firehawks, because I was actually going to buy them for my FRS, in the same spec, the Firehawk was more expensive than the RS4.
Really?
I'm like, what? How is this possible?
I know.
This makes no sense. The RS4 is a completely superior tire.
And that's where I'm at. I was like, yo, if you can get an RS4 for literally like maybe even $5 difference, like if you're going for a different size, why would you not? Like, why would you look at that tire? Like, I think tire is like the game changer for any car, street or track.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Tire, and like if you're tracking for sure,
Right.
brake is a huge game changer.
It's a huge game changer.
Right? Like the braking system, let's call it that. Let's call it brake pad and fluid.
Exactly.
But I don't know why I keep seeing these 300 treadwear tires and people speaking of them like.
I know it's a popular class in Japan. Like there's like a, not by like an official class. Like you know what I mean. Like the standard's 200 treadwear for a lot of competition, open lapping, time attack events. But in Japan, there's like a whole other like this whole 300 treadwear scene. Like you've seen in the Hobbizer videos. Like we're doing the PS4S, we're doing the RE11, which is the Indy 500 gear.
Yeah.
The thing is,
Stuff like that.
they have a lot. They have more access to tires.
Oh shit, yeah, they have so
Crazy
many tires. They have all the tires that come out of China. They have all the tires that come out of Japan. A lot of them are Japan exclusives,
That's that as well.
Right, and maybe that's probably why.
Yeah, I feel like we suffer a little bit on this side of the board.
Yeah, we do for sure, because they gotta ship all those tires out from Asia all the way over here.
And the American tires nobody uses. Like I haven't seen anybody using a G-Force Rival.
No, it's pretty rare. Like the higher end cars, like Cup 2, Michelin. And
It's more street cars that are doing that. The guys that are going to the track aren't buying those tires.
No, they're not.
No.
They're going to Nankang. They're going, the Yokohama. They're going.
Unless you're driving something with a weird
more
size.
Let's do what, sorry?
Driving something with a weird size, like where you have to have like a 20-inch wheel with like a 285.
Right.
Then you'll see the Cup 2s out there, but.
Exactly. It's Porsche, crazy Porsche spec.
I feel like we need more tire experts.
We do, and we need more accurate treadwear ratings on tires.
Yeah,
because
man.
the AO52, for example, not a 200 treadwear tire to any degree.
And it's not even the right size.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Not even close.
I feel like there's no like standard sizing for tires. Like it's really not well planned out.
Well, that's the way was it the R888R? Is that the way it was? Like it was sort of the cheater tire before that they had to ban from competition
Right.
because you could run that with a size down, but really be a size or two up.
Right.
So it was like a cheater tire in that sense.
It's so strange. I think maybe manufacturers, I don't know for certain, but I think maybe manufacturers saw that as an opportunity, like, oh, we're gonna misclass or measure the tire to sell more tires, because now people like, oh, sick, I get an advantage on the track. I'm gonna buy these tires.
And I feel like
because they actually measure
like
probably a
loophole in selling a tire for a bargain. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And no one's gonna be able to justify, oh well, if I'm gonna be driving this car on the street, I don't want to buy something with less than 200 tread wear. It's not gonna last me at all.
Gotcha.
It's probably not gonna be good in the rain. 200 tread wear, on the other hand, oh well, that's gonna be good, and it's gonna be grippy. Unlike a 300 tread wear, 400 tread wear. 200 is just that sweet spot right now, and it's the competition
like,
tire.
I think we can all say that an AO52 and an RE71R are not really true 200.
Not even close. I think the AO52 is maybe a sub 100 tread wear, and the RE is probably closer to 150, if not less, in my opinion.
The RE71R
and the RS4 is 300.
Just from my Trofeo R experience.
Yeah.
Which is 60 tread wear.
Right.
I don't think it's like a 150. I feel like that tire is probably like a it's like a 160, 170.
The RE.
The RE. Like it's a little bit more than that 200 tread wear. But then the AO52 I've never experienced personally.
I'd like to experience them.
Yeah, but I've seen and I've heard, and it's a scary sounding.
All the guys setting the best times right now are on the AO52.
Yeah.
Oh. They're all on
I'm excited for the CR1.
I'm excited for the CR1 as well.
I really want to see what the Nanking is all about. I think that's going to be a really, really good tire.
And that's the way the 200 tread wear market goes right now. Whatever is the hot tire of the year is the best one. It's whatever's new.
Basically, yeah.
And RS4s at this point, that's why they're kind of we were kind of joking about it before. They're slow because they're the oldest tire of any of these tires in the group.
That's true.
I feel like the RS5 is on
the horizon.
Definitely.
Yeah, maybe we'll see it next season. Well, who knows?
That's going to be nice.
I'd be very interested to see what it looks like.
When is the revised RE71R coming out? What was it, the RE71?
It's out in, I believe it's out in Japan. If I'm not mistaken, it's out in Japan. Because Kaiichi on Hot is either on the Hot version or Best Motoring channel or his personal channel. He did a review with the RE7RS. And I think that it's out in Japan for sure, but I think we're going to get it hopefully next season. We'll get some landing for sure.
That's going to be a nice setup.
Yeah. I'd like to try those as well because my REs they lasted surprisingly long. I'd like to actually I wanted to buy another set of wheels, but now I just thought of it right now. I might even keep these tires just as the daily tire, and then buy a new set of wheels with a new set of tires just for circuit, and go with like a competitive tire like an RE.
Question.
It's AO52.
If you had to make a choice, all of you guys will ask this question.
Yeah.
And Sam, I guess you can go first. If you had to make the choice of the ultimate tire or the ultimate suspension, based on whatever car you have right now, you can only choose one. What would you pick and why?
It's tough because if I went with suspension, what tire can I get?
You have to run the stock tire.
Oh well, it's
stock
tire.
for stock.
It's tire. It's been proven. You know what I mean?
So
like it depends on the carb. Like if you had like an OEM EK sedan like this, for example, with like 0 kilometers on it, and you had those two choices.
No, but
the tire would have so
FRS.
much. Well, the FRS, it's already like that's what I'm doing right now. It's already proven, like good tire, no suspension.
So you wouldn't go with Motons instead, or
no, because I don't think it.
Nitrons.
I think it'd make you faster, but nowhere as close as nowhere. Can't talk. Nowhere as close as just tires can make you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zion.
I would pick tire as well. The thing about suspension generally is it doesn't really make the car faster. It just changes the handling perspective of the way the car handles. So it's like you can utilize that to make you go faster and keep it more consistent, but that doesn't essentially make the car faster. So tire is literally grip, it's stopping force, which is more important than like suspension, because suspension is really known to screw your stopping force up.
Yeah, because the tire is not just a tire; it's also a part of your braking system. It's also a part of your handling system entirely.
Yeah, the main control. So it's like if you can get more speed through corners on suspension, you're not gonna be able to brake and control it through corners. So.
Mike,
Yeah,
you have
good
to say
point.
the same, especially after being on premises today.
Yeah, you got to experience both sides of the
Yeah.
spectrum here.
Yeah, well, when I got the car, I took it out the week after I got it, drove on it with the bone stock suspension, bone stock tires, the Premises. Then today, driving on the Premises with the Fortunato 500s, and no, it's 100% the tire. Like, especially with that car. The tires are, I don't know, I can't say it any different than you guys already said it.
Yeah, it's what connects you to the road, right? It's
Exactly.
the most important. And I see so many guys, even if they're not tracking, they just absolutely cheap out on the tire. Like, get the most no-name, you know, $50 a piece tire, like garbage ass stuff. Like for drifting, no problem. I'd support that if anything.
100%.
Save money.
Bulk barn tires.
Bulk barn tires.
Please.
Right, but like, you know, if you're just cruising the street, you know, you want a nice tire that's gonna be like low road noise, you know, good grip in the wet, stuff like that. You want a decent tire. You don't want to just throw anything on there.
Yeah.
A lot of people overlook that kind of stuff.
Okay, let's switch it up this time. What about your ultimate engine mod or the suspension?
Can it be a combination of engine mods?
Like, it's like, look, you know,
That's a tough one. That's a good one.
like you have to mod the engine. It's like, look, supercharged, turbocharged, whatever, right? And let's say you keep your tire.
Okay,
But
so you're
do you have? Would you rather go with the tire and the suspension, or the tire and the engine?
Do we have to keep stock suspension?
Yes.
It'd have to be tire and engine, because like me and Mike's car is the like perfect example of a car that just needs a tire and absolutely flies on the circuit, not on the straight line, of course. But yeah, engine, you can hardly extract any power out of this engine as is unless you change the aspiration entirely. So the car is used to its full effectiveness with just changing minor handling characteristics like tires, which isn't minor at all, but you know, instead of revamping the whole car with like complete aero or you know, wild suspension setups, like all it really needs is just a nice tire, brakes, stuff like that. So yeah, my vote would be the engine and tire. Yeah, engine and tire.
Zion?
I'm gonna take an example from today. There was a neon out there, like
yes,
a late '90s neon.
Yeah.
And I mean, people used to actually track those things.
they did.
Still do, apparently.
Yeah, they're light. Their engines were kind of indestructible, and like they just wouldn't stop running. But watching it go through the corners, I noticed that like it was definitely had like some power increase. So this would be like what you're saying, power and tire. I can't remember what tires you said you pointed out it had. So it had the tire and it had the power, but its suspension was either stock or like springs or something.
Oh god,
like
that thing looked like stock height.
So essentially going through the corners, he couldn't carry any speed whatsoever.
Yep.
In the straightaway, he could punch it and it would pick up a lot of speed. But through the corners, he was just fighting the car, like fighting to keep it on the track. So this is a light car, same realm sort of as my car, even, you know, for the age and stuff like that. And that's pretty much that's the choice he made. So I'd have to do the tire suspension. Doesn't matter how slow the car is. Tire suspension, you can do consistent lapping and not have to fight the car and feel comfortable.
Exactly. Yeah, it really depends on the car.
Yeah. Mike?
All right, I'm going the opposite way. I would take the tire with the engine mod. For me, it would be forced induction, because I think the stock suspension, at least on the BRZ, is really good.
It is, yeah.
And I don't think changing out the suspension is really going to net any more fun or speed out of that car the way it is.
Yep.
I think if I was going to do suspension, I have to be doing aero with it too to make it like a full package where it's really going to make a difference. But the power, I mean, you're going to use that on the street. You're going to use it on the track.
Yeah.
Suspension you're not going to use on the street. There's no fun on there.
For the most part, yeah.
For the most part.
You can't, unless you have like some rally shocks, just start jumping over curbs and
Which
shit.
I'm down for.
That'd be hilarious. I've never seen any rally BRZs or FRSs yet.
I have
with my
seen
own
one.
eyes. You have seen one?
I've seen one.
Like was it good?
Yeah, it's like hot lava color. It's got like a
Wait,
rocket
is that
bunny
the one?
kit on it.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Just stop. I know what you're talking about.
No.
Stop right now. I'll show you guys later. Just stop right now.
For me, It's
for
as
you.
simple as like tire and suspension. Like, you know, like, yes, of course, everybody wants to go to the power, but like, dude, there's just something about being able to take a corner the way you want the car to take a corner.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? Like, yes, you can power through, but like the example I always use is there's four straights at Cayuga and there's 12 corners.
Right.
Right? I'd rather be, you know, half a second faster in each corner than half a second faster on each straight.
Of course.
You know what I mean? That's the way I look at it. And I think that regardless of the car, it could be a Ford Ranger with like the right tire and suspension. That's what like gives you the proper base of a vehicle that's like gonna, you know, do what you want it to do and feel fun.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Now,
Oh,
when we
yeah.
say suspension, are we saying set up professionally and like?
I said ultimate suspension or ultimate engine. You know.
But I mean,
Oh shit. Okay, wait, hold on.
See, the thing is,
ultimate suspension, because I mean, you could give me like the best suspension setup
Yeah.
ever for my car, and I could put in terribly, and it would just
Right.
hinder the car. It would be worse.
That's a good point. I
Yeah.
think
the thing is,
I didn't know you
like-
said
anything about
ultimate suspension.
suspension
I thought you
to
just
me.
meant coils.
Ultimate.
the
Wait.
thing is, the FRS is like a
Team
really balanced
street
car.
basis.
Stock, height.
Yeah.
So it's like
Stop this right
you
now.
guys.
Sorry.
Like,
Yeah.
Sam, you're literally like driving the shit out of this car, and you can see that it's handling almost as if it's a lower car already. It's just the
Yeah.
suspension that they,
It's so good.
is essentially supposed to support the weight of like a Legacy or a fucking Impreza, but they put it on like a two-door.
Right.
So
Yeah.
like the car doesn't have hella body roll. It has like very uniform control. So it's
Mhm.
in its stock form. It would be fine in that scenario where you went for ultimate power first and a tire. You could still control the damn thing. But
Mm-hmm.
like take for example that dude with the blue one with the wing and the supercharger.
Oh yeah.
His looks like stock height.
It
doesn't
does look like stock
lowered.
height, yeah.
It almost looks like it's just springs. Like when he turns in and stuff like that, the car leans all over the place.
So much body roll. But what time? Do you know what times he's doing, Mike?
No idea.
a
I
TMP?
remember
I
Grand
thought you
Bend
knew
was
what time it
fast.
was. He was
was
fast
like-
at Grand Bend. He was faster than me for sure.
I'm not
Like,
even sure
he
who
was-
you're
he was-
talking about.
He was
It has like a wing. It looks like a
Civic?
stock
It's
suspension.
like
It looks like he's on
dark
stock
blue.
wheels.
Yeah.
He's on like a narrow wheel and tire
Was it
setup.
PCI side skirts? That one?
I think
no,
so.
this is a FRS.
Oh, FRS. Sorry.
Yeah. He has that twin scroll supercharger, the one that like replaces your intake
Nonsense.
manifold.
Yeah. So. Yeah, no, the car's so good, man. Like Toyota and Subaru really came together to build a fucking awesome car. Like just the low center of gravity. The OEM suspension is just fantastic. Everybody's heard this like 90,000 times how good the chassis and suspension is already, but
Peak performance.
peak performance. They
It
truly
really-
put together a really good handling package in the car. It's just the typical, no power, but for what we do, I think it's absolutely perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you don't need it. Like even Jason hitting a 119.5, which is like, I don't want to say supercar speeds, but like, damn, that's fast. You know what I mean? And that's all made up in the corners. All made up in the corners. It's not even.
The thing with
in the
Hondas
straightaways.
that are different though is they're really momentum cars.
100%,
more in fact.
yeah.
Because of front wheel drive, you always lose that drivetrain like kind of disadvantage
Yes.
in cornering. So like adding power doesn't always help us. It helps you in a realm of if you're changing the entire like stance of the car, like if you're widening it
Mhm.
using extremely wide tires and you now need the power to actually put you to the speeds that the car is capable of cornering of, then yeah, power would be the game, but you couldn't do that without suspension on a front wheel drive chassis. Like, but when you just do simple light tuning with the suspension and a tire, that's peak performance.
We're just saying bye to our friends here.
Bye, Vittorio. And
Bye,
Serena.
Rena. That was
Wow.
that was a nice big wave.
That's straight middle finger. Right on. All right.
The tiniest middle finger.
Tiniest little middle finger. One question, because we have obviously a new face here, Mr. Cheek. A question we asked in the first episode was what got you into cars. So I'd love to know what you got into cars. And please do, I don't think the camera gets your wonderful face in it too much, if you don't mind. coming closer to answer such a question?
Oh, sure.
Or
Let's start from the top.
maybe you can ask this too.
Yeah.
What got you into cars and what got you into racing?
Yes.
I think what got me into cars is what got me into racing too. Probably just video games, to be honest, and not Need for Speed because I never really played those growing up. I played Burnout, the one where you crash the cars,
Right on.
and I remember having
Oh no.
Oh no.
and having
March throwback.
was it Gran Turismo
TMP.
4? Which one was the one with the white cover?
4.
Four. Yeah.
That was
four.
the first one I had on
remember.
PS2.
Yes, 4.
Okay.
And I remember playing that game and having no idea how to drive the cars because every time I went to turn anywhere, the car was going straight.
Right on.
I'm like, I don't get how this works. So I
Then you
hated
found
it.
the left trigger.
Yes, I didn't realize the brakes were important.
Yeah.
So that was like a long time ago. And then, I always thought cars were cool. But it wasn't until I really, I guess, got a car that I really got into them, like really deep.
Yeah.
Like my dad's not into cars. It wasn't like I had anyone like that was always work on them or something like some people do. But yeah, no, it was probably video games. And then the first time I really knew I wanted to do something at the track was when I went to CSCS the first time.
Yes.
And me and all the Mazda Speed boys rolled out. I still had my Mazda 3. And watching all these cars just go and, like, just the atmosphere. I was like, no. I need to do this.
Right.
I need to do this.
Exactly.
And then I immediately started searching for a Speed 3.
So you had Mazda Speed 3 friends before you had a Speed 3.
Basically, yeah.
Gotcha.
Because I had a Mazda 3, then I met some
Oh, you
other
just had a
friends.
base.
Yeah, base, which I still have too.
That same Mazda 3?
Yeah, same one.
Really?
Yep.
Wow, I had no idea. I thought you had the Speed 3 first and then you bought the Mazda 3 after.
Nope.
Gotcha.
I had the
Interesting.
3 for about 3 or 4 years before I got the Speed.
Right on.
But yeah, no, I met him through forums, and I met up with them, and then we just became friends.
That's cool.
Still friends with most of them, all of them, I guess. And yeah, and then I was like, well, Speed 3s are cool. They're fast. They have turbos. I'll get a Speed 3.
Right on.
And they're fairly inexpensive.
Yeah, that's a good car to start with.
Yeah,
Not a bad car.
Definitely
Yeah.
a good starter car. So.
That's
That's
nice.
It feels like really big power, even in a stock 3. Like when you first get into it, if that's one of your first cars, it's a good car to start with. It's front wheel drive. It's heavy, so you have to learn. You have to learn weight transfer and so on if you want to get those cars fast.
exactly.
Yeah, when I met Cheek, he had a sick 3. Oh my gosh, that car was so sick.
It's definitely one of the nicer ones. Yeah.
I miss it.
It was such
It's
a
a cool
nice
car.
car.
Have you ever seen it since you sold it?
No, it's out in Barrie, I think.
Barrie.
Jesse saw it once.
Probably still shooting flames.
Probably,
sure.
yeah.
Oh,
Probably
Supposed to
still
have a
getting
catted
real hot.
downpipe, but I think the cat was blown out on it.
Awesome.
beautiful.
It was
I
like
remember doing a
flamethrower.
bunch of sessions with you when I was in the RSX, and you just give me the lengths on the straight. Lengths.
Thanks.
All this black smoke coming out of that thing,
Yeah, the speed was
All these flames. So crazy.
it was full bolt on, had an upgraded turbo. It was making about 350 wheel
Damn.
horsepower and torque.
You gave me the bus lengths, man. That's awesome.
But man, it wasn't until I started driving the BRZ on the track that like I really got better at driving.
Gotcha.
Like, cause I tracked the speed for about 3 years, and then I got the BRZ.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, just the BRZ took me to another level. Like, I was able to heel toe better with it. Like, I don't know, I just got a better understanding of track driving, even after years of doing it in the speed. I feel like if I had my speed still now, I could be like at least 2 seconds faster.
Oh yeah.
For sure.
No issue.
For sure. Yeah, you learn a lot moving on to another platform, and that's what I did with this car. Moving from front wheel drive to rear wheel drive was such a crazy experience. I'm still learning. I still basically know nothing about it at all.
It's the
Still-
weight transfer, the 86 platform. Man, like even today going out there, you really notice like when it's happening. Like
Right.
through all the S's, you're like,
It's very direct.
I could make a really bad move right now if I'm
Yeah.
not careful.
Yeah.
You have to be very smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Precise.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's a great story.
Deliberate is the word I should say. You have to be deliberate in what you do.
Mhm. Awesome. Yeah. Video games, I see a common trend with all of us. Video games is sort of how it started.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Video-
and I relate to Mike really closely with the CSCS thing. I remember in high school, my friend Brandon from a good friend of mine in high school, and still now. He took me to a CSCS event in his Civic he bought, little Y8, 300,000 Ks. And you'd probably like it. It's a proper SIR. Sorry, SI, not SIR. Canadian SI. So, D16 Y8. Friggin' burned. God damn, the amount of oil that thing burned. But anyways, took me to a CSCS event and didn't know any of you guys at the time. Didn't know any of you guys existed. Had very little friends in the car scene, automotive world, any of that. And just being on the other side of the wall, I just wasn't down for it. I was like, no, I got to get out there.
Yeah.
Like, I can't be here. Like, there's no way. Like, I got to get out there, right? And then just made the right moves here and there, and here we are.
I was so competitive.
Yeah.
I was so competitive. I was just like, I know I'm better than these guys.
Yeah, right?
I can't allow them to have all this shine.
Exactly.
And like, it wasn't like I instantly said to myself, oh, I'm better than people. No, it wasn't like that. It was more like, I can do this.
Yeah.
Like, I know I can do this.
Yeah, for sure.
And that was the attitude I had. Like, like if I felt like, and I still feel like, if I wanted to sew like stuff, like all I got to do is go sew stuff, and until I get good at it.
Right.
And that's the same way I feel about the track. So that's all I wanted to do. I just wanted to drive.
Exactly.
It's one of the few sports that people expect everything to come out of the equipment.
Right.
They
Very good point.
It's soccer. You can go buy the nicest Predator soccer shoes. You can go buy the nicest shin pads. You can go buy the nicest shorts and compression this and compression that and whatever. You can buy all of this, but it's not gonna make you better at soccer,
no.
Right? And it might assist you, right, in what you do, but it's not gonna make you physically better at soccer, making better decisions and so on. And same thing goes for basketball, baseball, football, golf, like all of it. But in this sport, a lot of people believe that they can very well just build something, and the more and more they build it, is the better and better they get. And it's something I wish to break one day, like that whole stigma.
The whole my car is not ready yet.
It's not even a statement. It's more like just a misconception.
Even for people that still bring their car to the track. It doesn't even have to be someone that is their car's not ready. It could be someone that brings the car to the track and then they take it off the track and they change it again completely. And they bring it back again, and then they take it off again. They change it again, and then they can't understand why it's not really getting any faster.
They're making such drastic changes. Yeah.
They keep adding parts, changing stuff, adding aero, and they're not really,
or just completely changing the car. And you don't have people that are like dedicated.
No testing involved. There's like
dedicated to like their chassis anymore.
Right.
It's just like try some things, and if I don't enjoy it, I'm changing it.
Yeah.
And there's absolutely nothing wrong with building your car however you want and throwing everything at it, spending all this money on it. But don't blame the car on being slow because you didn't put in the time to get faster.
Exactly.
Nobody else to blame but yourself. You got to get out there, get some good seat time going,
and no one's saying you can't go and build your car and then learn to drive from that. It's a lot easier to get a baseline at some other point with a stock car or lightly modified.
100%.
And you throw on all this aero. I mean, you're learning to drive the aero. You're not learning to drive the car so much.
Which is very challenging.
Yeah.
Really
It's very hard to build up. Shay would know that firsthand, building up the confidence to effectively use aero.
Oh, yeah.
If you ever drive an F1 car in a video game, like if you're at slow speeds, like you're spinning out all the time. But if you actually go in very fast and you're driving at the limit,
all of a sudden,
the aero comes in and it gives you grip and it works, right?
Yep.
So you really got to drive the car on the limit to go faster.
I was at my cousin's house. I brought my sim over to my aunt's house, and we were driving. And of course, like, it's my sim, so I'm driving around Spain in an old F1 car, and I'm flying, and my cousin gets in, and I can obviously see she's going really slow, and like she can't keep the thing down. She's just spinning. And she's like, "No, man, this is so unrealistic. Like, I can't take this. This is not how it's supposed to feel."
It's realistic.
Right? But like, it's crazy to see what you can do when you actually know how to use the equipment properly. Right? So
it's awesome. Right on. What else? This weekend,
Yeah.
might go back to TMP if the temp's
I
right.
think I'm going back.
I'd love to go back. I want to beat the PB. Shay's inspiring me. Jason's inspired me. The other dude on that first page who also set the other NA record or whatever, also inspiring me.
I think I want
Gotta
to
set some new PBs.
I think I can go faster.
I think I can guarantee you go faster.
I can go faster.
Yeah.
I wish I had ABS.
Fix the ABS for this weekend.
And I gotta get sleep, man. I gotta start sleeping better.
Yes. How much sleep did you get this night today?
I got some sleep, man. I've been tired all week, and like honestly, if I can give anybody a word of advice, the day before your track day, get some rest because it takes everything out of you. It takes everything out of you. Eat well, all of that.
Yeah.
The day before
helps.
track day, don't go running around errands at 1 or 2 a.m.
Oh, but that's the
Shay?
best part.
I mean, it's Shay. I mean, damn. But yes.
Yes. That's the best
I
part.
have a bad habit of like going to the track tired. So like, I'm dead right now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Having a good time. It's a lot of fun, even if you're exhausted. Just it brings some sort of extra energy out of you that you just have stored up. Whole track atmosphere
The
and
last
going
chance
fast.
energy.
Right, this just last ounce that you have, it just brings it out of you. Even though if you have 45 minutes of sleep after working on the same break it for over a week.
Yep.
And never do things last minute. You
I check everything over.
Check everything over. Never do anything last minute. It always bites you in the ass.
I usually do everything well ahead of time, but sometimes you know we run into little things.
Yeah, like I
But
think
if you
it was
don't have to, don't do it.
Yeah, exactly.
the decision for that was so like it wasn't that earlier time you could have decided that like, oh, I'm just gonna get a brake hit. Like
Yeah.
it was like you have to get a brake hit. Now
Yeah.
you need one.
It's time to move on. Yeah. Especially with the condition of your last brake hit, how it was just sort of falling
Yeah, which
apart.
is what really made the choice.
Exactly.
Every single event there was an issue.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Every time we were at the track.
The coils were good, right? This time?
Yeah.
Coils were good and didn't come loose. That's good.
We're good.
We hammered them shits into place real good. Season's freaking coming to an end, man. I've never tracked this late into a season, by the way. What we usually do, coincidentally, the last few years, we've gone to a track day in the beginning of September, like for Labor Day.
Yep.
Like we'll always do a track day on the Labor Day or like that weekend or whatever. And this year we didn't do it, but we're still tracking into the end of October, almost November. Never done that before, and that's pretty cool. No pun intended. It's really cool. Really cold.
Ha!
Ha.
Ha! Oh, boy.
So, yeah, it's like learning another sort of realm of driving, which is at a very cold temperature and trying to put heat in the tires and all that kind of stuff is a lot of fun.
It's good. It's
Yeah.
good. It's a big it's a big thing to learn. And I'm happy I'm learning it right now. I just never thought it was possible.
I never thought it was possible either, especially with the RS4. Like the RS4, how many times have we heat cycled those
I have a
tires
lot
down?
of faith in the RS4 though. I feel like you don't have as much faith.
I
in
don't
the
have as
RS4.
much, but there's still there. It's still for me every time.
I have a ton of faith in the RS4.
Yeah, it's like
Such
I'm
a good
abusing
tire.
it. I'm talking all this shit about the thing, but then every time it's just there for me. It's just
I know.
chilling right there.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you can
Chilling.
come back. I'll take you right back into my arms.
You go into the corner and you're just wondering, am I gonna make this? And the tire floats up next to you. Don't worry, I got this.
Exactly, right? Exactly.
RS4 take the wheel.
RS4 take the wheel, like literally RS4 take the wheel.
Shay knows that
What up,
firsthand.
Phil?
But yeah.
On the next episode of the podcast, we'll be recapping taking a step further with ice racing.
Right? Oh my god. I put studs in my RS4s.
Damn right.
Oh, that'd be so good.
The 200 treadwear snow tire.
Oh my god, imagine
Yo.
who's got the best 200 treadwear tire in the snow. That would be so
Is that
cool.
even a thing?
When you go, Zion, when you take the CRV to the TMP to do snow lapping, please do bring me along. I would
Yeah.
absolutely love that. We can go.
I have to get
We should all go. We all hop in Zion's car, 4-man deep to the track. We all bring our CAA cards in case something happens, and you know,
Yeah, and their snow pants. And just in
Snow
just in
pants?
case we need to get underneath.
shovel. You know what I mean? I'll bring a toolkit and I'll bring a shovel and.
What do we do if we go up the hill?
Oh my god, we just
Sled
toboggan
down.
back down,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
You see the B20.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I don't want to see the B20 unless I'm outside the car.
Oh my, just
Where-
crawling up the hill. Oh my god, that would
But
be
yeah.
so funny.
It's gonna be. It was definitely a good way to end the season, or like the way to start the ending of the season.
Start the ending of the season, yeah. We've done so many
It
so
doesn't-
many track
it
days
just
at the
doesn't
end of the
It
season.
doesn't end.
It doesn't end.
That's what we're learning. it doesn't.
Yeah, I'd love to move somewhere soon where we can track like all year round. That'd be
No.
awesome.
Then I'll be broke all year round.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you do that, then you won't be able to track.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Where are we at now? 10% battery life. What else?
I'm going to bed.
Yeah,
Deep down.
I think it's been good. That was
Speed a
fun.
slice.
It's been a slice. About 55 minutes in.
Good. Who didn't touch my hand?
Make sure you hand sanitize those after Corona and whatnot.
I'm gonna go step in my fucking.
Yes, sir. All right, let's wrap that up.
Hi, this is Fudging.
What the fuck?
That's not the. We didn't do the outro.
Oh, the outro.
Episode 2 complete. We'll do another one. We'll hopefully film one soon.
Stay tuned for episode 3, where we have absolutely nothing planned.
Absolutely nothing planned. I don't think we should ever have anything
Oh
planned.
no,
We
that's-
just fire
that's
it up
the whole,
and.
that's the whole point.
That's the best
Yeah.
way to do it.
So it's gonna
That's
be
what
all
we
a
want.
sham when you fake having something planned.
Right.
Right.
The only thing we
Yeah.
do have planned is bringing more content to you guys.
Of course.
And we can't wait for that. So.
Or asking what got you in a car. That's like
And
the only question I want to bring. Is what kind of what got you in a car.
You know, we like giving you the surprise of where the next setting is going to be. So.
I like to change the setting every episode. I don't
Every
want to
time.
have the same setting ever.
Yep.
I think that'd be a lot of fun.
So we'll
Somebody's car, somebody's backyard,
Yep.
somebody's shack out in the middle of nowhere,
The ice cream truck.
somebody's
So,
somebody's
Next time
somebody's
be in a
treehouse.
two-door.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No
The
back
fort.
seats.
A
The
printing
forest.
shop.
right. Anywhere.
The
That'd be
leather
nice.
Everywhere. But yeah, all right. Thank you for joining us. And if you'd like to listen in Espanol,
Nacho Libre will be narrating it.
Nacho Libre.
That'd be good.
That'd be cool.
All right.
All right, pieces.
All right.
Out.
Black History
Cut.
Month, February.
Never forget.
Oh my god, my back!
Oh,
It's gone.
Like.